were translating and working with Joe on the script, trying to find your priorities?
One of the things that I noticed was, which really interested me, is it focuses on the very long friendship of two poets, Gao Shi and Li Bai, and they represent very two different traditions in Chinese culture. And this is never said explicitly. It's throughout the movie, but Gao Shi represents the Confucian tradition, the more straight tradition. And so the way that I had to translate his language and his poetry was a little bit more serious, a little bit more straight. Li Bai is a very interesting person, as comes through in Chang'an so brilliantly. He wanted terribly to be accepted by the Confucian establishment. He wanted so much to be accepted into the imperial court of the Tang. He was desperate for this, you know, but he's really, in his essence, a Taoist. You know, he's a free spirit. He's funny. He's a drinker. He's a bit of a wild person. And so translating his poems was, I had to give it a different flavor to that of Gao Shi, you know, in this bromance between Confucianism and Taoism.
I guess, you know, for film goers, they can always select different parts of the story as their best. I know that, Linda, you want to share the poem, as you said, with us. Please do right now.
There's a woman in the film. I'm a feminist. I always look for the women's stories. And there's a fantastic woman. She has a very brief scene. She's the daughter of a general who's been sidelined at court for political reasons. And he's this amazing swordsman. He's brilliant, but he can only dance with his sword for his guests. He has no way to go onto the battlefield and fight for the Tang. Yeah. And his daughter, he has trained his daughter, as many people did, you know, despite the general patriarchal situation. He trained his daughter. She was literate. She was a poet. I think that this woman is so interesting because she also wants to serve her country, her dynasty, as much as Li Bai does, as much as Gao Shi. But her tragedy is that she doesn't have that opportunity. One of my favorites is Xue Tao, is a woman poet. She doesn't appear in the film. I'm hoping that Joe will make a film about her someday. She was the daughter of a very wealthy man and an official who died, and she was, and the family had no way of support, so she became a courtesan. But she was really literate, and she wrote these very witty poems that are simple and metaphorical, and to my mind have this fantastic female sensibility.
We are all ears now.
One. Yeah, here's one translated by Jean Larson. It's called Dog Parted from Her Master. Yes, she's a good dog, lived 4 or 5 years within his crimson gates, fur sweet-smelling, feet quite clean, master affectionate. Then by chance she took a nip and bit a well-loved guest. Now she no longer sleeps upon his red silk rugs.